broadcasting?
Just curious about the things, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back to the karaoke club. Jack's going to sing tonight. No, Jack's going to play.
Yeah. I have some Cannibal Corpse songs lined up.
There was a guy on the cruise who did Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby as a death metal song. It was actually pretty good.
Oh.
So we're streaming?
Yeah, I remember that.
We're streaming. Yeah. All right, let's go to videos on the Technorama page and share. Make sure we're streaming. The answer is yes, we are streaming. We're doing a virtual guest tonight. Safe distance and everything. Share. Sure, I'll start a watch party. Why not?
You know, one of my neighbors was talking to me at the end of the driveway, and I wasn't thinking. I just kind of moved a little closer to him, and he had stepped away a little bit, and I was like, "What is he doing?"
Dude, I don't have leprosy.
Oh, I was like, "What's wrong? I can't." You know. He's staying his distance.
He's not wearing his mask.
Yeah, I ran up there and hugged him. No, I didn't do that.
Take that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's get started on the show. Thank you for joining us. If everybody's out there joining, we have a few viewers showing up. Give them a couple minutes. And, I dropped a D20. Let's go get another one. I wonder what I rolled. It's under the desk now. I'm not going to go get it.
Yeah. It looks like a 20 from here, right?
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, here we are in 5, 4, 3. Technorama episode 597 for April 22nd, 2020 already. Craig, your show notes have 597 at the very top, and then it says later 596.
Oh, my bad. Here you go. There.
Fixed. Real-time editing. Welcome to Technorama, where we've been doing this almost 600 shows and still haven't got it right. This is the podcast that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. My name is Chuck Tomasi, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona. And joining me at the virtual table, as always, is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing well. Still COVID-free. I'm okay.
And that guy right between us, that man in the middle attack, is none other than Jack Mangan.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm having the Craig Stepp experience because I'm dialed in and sitting in front of my computer.
That's right.
Jack said, "Hey, I'd like to do Technorama one of these days." I said, "Well, two problems with that. One, we're in the middle of this virus lockdown thing. And the other is the studio's all torn up because I've got a conference coming and I did some redesigning in here." So he said, no, virtually. I was like, oh, that won't be much harder, we said.
I was going to go protest outside your front door, but no, this is better.
We have our first virtual guest. And I'm thinking to myself when we were talking, I said, Craig, why didn't we think of this sooner?
Yeah. We do it at work every day. Why don't we? Yeah.
It's like this new normal just ain't sinking in real quick, is it?
No.
All right. I think we have some feedback. Yes? Let's jump right into the question of the week from last week.
Hey, Snoopy, can you hold it down with the mouth harp?
Hey, we haven't done that one yet.
Oh boy.
And that right there is why we're not doing karaoke over the web. Latency, my friends.
Yes. I try to beat it. One day I will.
Before we get into that, we want to talk to Jack a little bit about his Kickstarter project.
Yes, thank you very much. It's actually not Spherical Tummy. It's that joke's 15 years old. So anyway, I
still getting mileage.
Yeah. So I basically working with Diamond Head, who their song "Am I Evil" was made into a monster hit by the band Metallica. You might have heard of them, but so Diamond Head are super great guys. They gave me permission to make a graphic novel based on their song. Their song is a story about a guy whose mother is burned at the stake for being a witch, and he goes and gets his bloody revenge. So we got a great story, and it's on Kickstarter right now. We're trying to raise the funds. Got a great art team of Cheyenne Wright is actually somebody that a lot of you folks in the podcast world will know that name. But yeah, I got some great award-winning artists, and as I said, the approval of got some great celebrity endorsements and the approval of them. So yeah, it's on Kickstarter right now. I realize that the world is in Mad Max mode right now, but hopefully we'll get it funded and go to the next step and create an awesome comic book. So yeah, thank you for asking.
That's pretty cool. How's the fundraising going?
It just started as of right now, so it's been a really pretty good first couple of days. You never know, but we have a long month to go. I believe that we will make it in spite of the madness that's going on out there. But yeah, it's off to a good start. So
where can they find an easy link, or what should they search for on Kickstarter?
On Kickstarter, they can search for, I guess, my name. I should have a better answer for this, but yeah, my name, Jack Mangan, or Am I Evil, the graphic novel. That's the name, and I can send you guys the link, for later for people who are clicking later.
All right, got it right in the show notes.
Oh, Craig just did that.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
I'm poking the screen with my finger, but nothing's happening.
Hey, remember, 10% of the take goes to us, right?
That's right. Yes.
$5 is $5. I'm not gonna...
Technorama's Am I Evil, the graphic novel. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, our question last week, and I just had an answer for this come up today. So, what movie did you start watching and then said, "Screw it, I'm not finishing this"? And boy, howdy, I don't know, Craig, where you're getting. Are you getting these from Reddit or something? Because these are really, really good.
No, not at all.
Because I came across those Reddit questions and went, these sound an awful lot like what we're asking.
It is actually. It is. I look at it. I go to Reddit all the time, but I was looking at some of the Ask Reddit questions. I went, I'm gonna throw them out too, because especially the ones that got a lot of response there. Yeah. And sure enough, this one took off like a little brush fire.
And threads upon threads of conversations. It's really fun to watch the different people in our ecosphere. Like, hey, I got this old high school friend that's getting in this war of words with Craig.
Yeah.
Podcast meet high school, whatever. We got answers like Viv Schubert says, Top Gun. You heard me. John Cransner, Silent Running. Snails move faster.
Hey, it wasn't an action movie for sure, but yeah. Well.
We got Talladega Nights in there. It's funny because Mike Stockman and his wife both said the same thing. Blade. It was our first date movie. We walked out after the first few minutes.
Blade?
Oh. My sister doesn't care for the Outlander series. Darlene says too many to name. April and Craig and I probably start with the longer threads when April said Dumb and Dumber. And I think I accused Craig of thinking it was a documentary. And you said?
I said it was an epic an epic film about friendship and, again, overcoming the odds. I said that Idiocracy was the documentary. That's what you're thinking of.
What about Dumb and Dumberer?
No, that one doesn't exist. Dumb and Dumber.
It's funny because my niece also said Idiocracy, Dumb and Dumber, and Napoleon Dynamite. Ooh, getting some in there.
How can you not like Napoleon Dynamite?
Well,
wow. Okay.
Mark McCoy said when it first came out, he didn't like it, but then he kind of got into it a little bit more.
Oh.
Jack Jaffe says John Carter on Mars. A lot of these weren't even on my near miss list. They didn't get good ratings and everybody went, oh, that was terrible. So I didn't watch them. So there is a point to not watching movies right away.
Yeah. I like John Carter, actually. I thought it was a fun, kind of mindless action romp. But I was going to say, Napoleon Dynamite, once you start quoting it, you can't stop.
We got an interesting one in here from Paul. Paul says, Lord of the Rings, all of them. Wow. He just couldn't get through them. Maybe because they were 3 hours each.
That hurts my feelings, actually.
I feel personally attacked.
Lots and lots of stuff in here. Yeah, we're going to take his geek card away now.
Yeah. So what movie, Jack, what movie could you not finish ever?
Oh, yeah, I actually had a similar answer to a lot of other people. I thought there have been so many, especially in the age of Netflix, where you put it on and you say after like a minute, you're like, no, why would I waste my time. Like when it was the Blockbuster days, you'd say, "Well, I'm going to stick it out because
Yeah, I paid for it.
yeah, I paid
Got
for
it
it.
for
I'm gonna
3
pay for it.
days.
When I don't return it on time, I'm going to be paying late fees on this. So I might as well watch it." But if I were to name just a couple of the first ones that come to mind, I'm sure I'm going to piss people off with this, but Miss Congeniality was one I could not get through. Um,
Me neither.
and actually, not. I like Napoleon Dynamite, but then the Jack Black Mexican wrestling one, Nacho Libre, I couldn't finish that one.
Never
Again,
started.
sorry if that offends you, but
My
yeah, those are
latest one
two.
today, The Core.
The what?
The Core. I was trapped into it because it was on Netflix top 10. It was number 10 on their top 10 list today. I went, I've never seen that. It looks sci-fi. It's no. Ugh. It's just not.
Yeah.
Oh, goody. We're going to drill to the center of the earth again.
I think their top 10 is a little suspect. Now, and I looked at I like Ozark, which I haven't finished the third season, but I really like it. And I know a lot of talented people work on it. They wrote it, actors and everything, great job. But it was number 2 behind the Tiger.
Tiger
King.
King's
I'm
down like
are
2
you
or
kidding
3
me?
now. He got bumped off the top spot as of
Who did?
Tiger King.
He got bumped. I think everybody's seen it. But, wow.
Not me. I will not
I
go
have-
near
I
that.
have not. I have not.
I did watch it. And after a while, I kept asking myself, what the hell am I watching?
We got about 10 minutes into the first episode and went, no. I'm getting brain damage just watching this.
I've never seen 1 second, but yet I still know who Carol Baskins is and that she killed her husband.
Yeah. So they say.
Oh, yes, allegedly.
Wait, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
That movie is spoiled already. You don't need to spoil it. All right, let's go into. I think that was pretty much one. Thank you, everybody who generated and donated their opinions on that. We will have another one at the end of the show that we'll put on social media as well. So with that, oh, you know what?
I don't think anybody ever thanks people for their offering their opinions.
I added. Oh, where is it? I added a sound effect. Where is it? Just this weekend, I was going through a collection.
Hold on
of
before
stuff.
you before you move on. So Jack, your daughter, how old's your daughter now?
She's 2.
She's 2. Is she hanging around there? Is she gonna like photobomb our video?
She gonna Zoom bomb us?
Yeah, Zoom bomb us. Oh, did you freeze? Jack froze.
Jack froze. We lost Jack. Oh no. Donna, how's everything look on Discord? Hard to tell. Oh no. Jack.
He said he had something to talk about with his daughter, so I was leading into it.
I know, and I'm sitting here looking for an audio clip that I stuck in here, but now I can't find it. But that's okay. I don't know. Can we hang up and call him back on just that one? This may have to be edited in audio, but there's no editing the video.
Yeah.
Our one viewer is going to be upset.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Well, he got quiet when I asked the question. I was like, well, did I offend him?
At least he's still smiling.
Yeah.
Should we look?
Yeah, he's still.
Take a time mark, Craig. It's about 11:50.
This is riveting audio and video, people. I hope you appreciate it and enjoy it. I know you appreciate it. You're there. Disconnect. We'll see if we can. Oh.
Yeah,
Did
Discord's
Jack
giving
lose
us a little phone icon. I think at Craig, it looks like he's looking through a letterbox.
Do I?
You gotta take text message to us or anything? Nothing.
Did he lose internet? Maybe. The COVID got him.
All right. Well, if you're watching this live, this is kind of what happens. we were talking to Jack Mangan and we lost him. Do we want to set the screen region back?
He's been hit by the virus.
And do what one?
Oh, wait. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Oh, no, but it went.
So anyway, that was hilarious when that happened.
That was so good. That's awesome.
The camel. Here, you get one of these.
Yeah.
No, I apologize. Well, I shouldn't apologize. It's not my fault, but my internet seems to have gone screwy. But we're back. So
Okay.
Yeah. So I was asking you about your daughter. I was just kidding. Is she going to be popping in?
Is she going to do a Zoom bomb on you?
Yeah, and I was saying no. She's downstairs, so I should have made it so that we would get an accidental cameo appearance.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, a funny thing that happened that I think you guys would especially appreciate. I think maybe this is a sign of parenting done right. Is of course we're social distancing and all, but we were playing in the driveway the other day, and actually I heard the story secondhand from my wife. Playing in the driveway the other day, I was inside, and then one of our neighbors walked by and waved from the street, and she waved back and then tried to do something with her hands and said really quietly, "Live long and prosper." And I went like, when I heard that story, I kind of went like,
brings a tear to my eye.
yeah. So like I said, there's a parenting win. That was my story. Of course, I mean, you guys have been there. You know how it goes. I have 10,000 stories, but I'll leave you with that one.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Okay, get your D20s, gentlemen. We have to roll. My D20s were getting dusty. Oh, I got a 20.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, it keeps falling.
Never get 20s on this show.
Yeah, I got a 15.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I've had these dice for like 30 years. I'm returning them.
Where? That place is out of business. It's closed for the virus thing.
I go to the place like a tumbleweed goes by the front door.
Tabletop gaming just ain't happening these days, Craig.
All virtual.
On this day in history for April 22nd, 2020, this is the 113th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 253 days remaining in 2020. It's going way too fast. It was on this date in 1500 that Portuguese navigator Pedro Álvares Cabral landed in Brazil.
Who's next? Who got?
You do, Craig. You got 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know what Jack rolled. So also on April 22nd, 1864, the U.S. Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1864. Because it happened in 1864. That mandates that the inscription.
You never know.
Yeah, in God we trust. In God we trust. In God we trust. Be placed on all. Yeah, that would be a good name for a pizza place.
Ooh.
Get a blessing and some pan pizza.
But all these things look like giant $50 or something.
Yeah. So in God we trust be placed on all coins minted in the United States currency.
It was also this date in 1876 that the first game in the history of the National League was played at the Jefferson Street grounds in Philadelphia. This game is often pointed to as the beginning of the Major League Baseball, the MLB.
On April 22nd, 1889 at noon, thousands rushed to claim land in the land rush of 1889. Amazing. It was also in 1889. Within hours, the cities of Oklahoma City and Guthrie are formed with populations of at least 10,000.
Also, today in 1944, the first Air Commando Group using Sikorsky R-4 helicopters staged the first use of helicopters in combat with combat search and rescue operations in the China-Burma India theater.
Wow. It was also this date in 1954 that witnesses began testifying and live television coverage of the Army McCarthy hearings begins to find those commies.
Fond memories. Oh, is it my turn? April 22nd, 1970, the first Earth Day is celebrated?
Okay. And it was on this date in 1977 that optical fiber is first used to move around in my show notes. Fiber optic was first used to carry out live telephone traffic. I was going to follow it, but it kept going up and down.
Gotta remember that trick when I really mean it.
I know.
All right, and finally, that same date in 2008, the United States Air Force retired the remaining F-117 Nighthawk aircraft in service.
They were in service for a whole 25 years. Look at the B-52. It's been up there for like 75. Why?
Yeah, right.
Why such a short life on the 117? That was the stealth fighter, man. That was cool. All right. Happy birthday. If your birthday is on April 22nd, you share... Stop it. You share birthdays with people such as German astronomer and mathematician Wilhelm Schickard, born on the date in 1592.
And Harold Jeffreys, English mathematician, geophysicist, and astronomer, also born on the same date in 1891.
Born April 22nd, 1904, American physicist and academic, to say the least, J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Where were we? Norman Steenrod, the American mathematician and academic, was born 110 years ago today.
And German mathematician and academic Hanford Lenz was born 144 years ago today.
Aaron Spelling, American actor, producer, and screenwriter, was born on that same date in 1923.
And father of Tori Spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Welsh-American chemist and astronaut Anthony Llewellyn was born on this date in 1933.
And Glenn Campbell, the American singer-songwriter, no, I'm not singing during this episode, guitarist and actor, was born 84 years ago today.
Save that for the karaoke show.
Yeah, right.
Also born on that same date in 1937, really? American actor and producer Jack Nicholson.
Jeez.
Wow. American author Janet Ivanovich is 77.
And also turning 70 today is English singer-songwriter, guitarist, and producer Peter Frampton.
Ooh, baby, I love your way.
And also born on that same date in 1959, American-Canadian actor and producer Ryan Stiles.
Is he the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Whose line is it anyway? Yeah, that's
Okay.
super tall.
We have one listener birthday this week for the week of April 22nd through the 28th, and that would be Runtime on April 23rd. Thank you very much. If you want to get your birthday on the brand new birthday calendar app that Craig put up with the form and the thing in it, and it's really cool, easy, no more wiki. After all these years, we finally got it right. Go over to chuckchat.com/wiki. We wanted to keep you with the familiar URL just in case you bookmarked it. Put it in there, and we will give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year. That's the way it was on this day in history for April 22nd, 2020. Let's just get him out of here. 40 seconds, we can get back. Okay. On with the news.
Good news, everyone!
Well, we do have some good news. Did we roll for stories or just for the history thing?
Nah, just go first, Chuck. And
All right, we'll just roll.
We'll take the roll
around.
We'll take the standings all the way through.
NASA sets a launch date for SpaceX U.S. manned mission to space station. This is from the Jakarta Post, which I don't think we cite them very often, but it is. NASA on Friday set a launch date of May 27th for its astronaut mission from U.S. soil, in the first one in nearly 10 years. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine tweeted that billionaire entrepreneur, your friend and mine, Uncle Elon, his company SpaceX, will send 2 NASA astronauts to the International Space Station aboard the Falcon 9 rocket from Florida, marking the company's first mission carrying humans aboard.
Humans.
The news story is breaking on May 27th. Well, if it's breaking, they better fix it. But breaking on May 27th, NASA will once again launch American astronauts on American rockets from American soil. Wow, just paint them red, white, and blue, why don't you? U.S. Space Agency had previously said the mission in which NASA astronauts Bob Behnken, age 48, and Doug Hurley, age 52. Wow, astronauts are getting old, aren't they?
No, that's not old at all. What are you talking about?
Now that you're that old.
No, it looks fine to me.
Remember when astronauts were like 30 and we're old?
You know, It's like my dad is he's 73 and he met somebody and the guy said he was 80 something. He goes, I used to think 80 was old. Not now.
Everything's relative. Even your relatives are old. So they're going to be going up in the SpaceX Dragon capsule to the space station that will launch sometime in May. So looking forward to that. More good news from, well, I suppose that would be the ultimate in social distancing, wouldn't it?
No,
Yeah.
was that from Cochrane, one of the someone on board the ship, or come on, you guys get this joke.
He should be on it.
All right. Craig, why don't you take the second one?
Okay, let me click the link. Hold on a minute.
Way to set up.
I know. I got to keep the audience waiting. So a key brain region for this is from the. See, I mixed up things because I'm gonna tell you, I've been looking for stories that are not necessarily
COVID
pandemic,
related. Yeah.
COVID related. So here we go. From the Medical University of South Carolina. A key brain region for controlling binge drinking has been found. Can we like turn it on and off?
Are you looking to turn it on for some people?
Yeah. I'm stuck in the house. I think it is on, actually. A team of South Carolina researchers led by Howard C. Baker, director of Charleston Alcohol Research Center and professor of Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences, found that deactivating a stress signal system in the brain area known for motivation and emotional related behaviors decreases binge drinking. The study, which was published online in February and is said to appear in the May issue of Neuropharmacology, points a particular system in the specific brain region that can be manipulated to reduce harmful binge drinking. The binge drinking is one of the most common common patterns in which alcohol is consumed. It is a risky behavior, and one consequence of the repeated binge drinking is increased risk for developing an alcohol use disorder. I'd also say probably alcohol poisoning. That's probably in there somewhere. Further, according to Becker, who consistently binge drink, those who can. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the word. Those.
You may sound like the doctor. It's like,
that's why I had to read it twice. I was like, wait a minute.
Self-examining. I'm going to try it myself.
I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to become a doctor and fix myself.
First, I have to binge drink. Then I'll fix that.
So those who consistently binge drink, particularly during adolescent and college years, have almost 10 times the risk of developing an alcohol use disorder. So, but how much alcohol, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, binge drinking I'm going to skip down a little bit. So binge drinking is a destructive behavior.
But the fact that they found this area of the brain that controls it is a good sign. I don't know what you can do about it yet, but they know where it is. Now can they fix the one for binge watching?
Netflix is in trouble now.
Right.
Anyway, it's pretty cool.
As long
read.
as they don't fix the one for binge potato chips, because that's where I draw the line.
I know some people got problems with that too.
All right. Another NASA story for Jack.
All right. Yes. And actually, I've scrolled down. The headline is NASA discovery of planet remarkably like ours gives hope for second Earth. Scientists unearthed a hidden exoplanet from old Kepler Space Telescope data. NASA's now retired Kepler Space Telescope is the mission that keeps on giving. On Wednesday, NASA announced the discovery of what might be a very Earth-like exoplanet found lurking in old Kepler data. Kepler ran out of fuel and went to sleep in 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Pulaski.
Yeah, right.
But scientists are still combing through the observations it made during its epic hunt for planets beyond our own solar system. Kepler 1649c is located 300 light years from Earth. NASA described it as the most similar to Earth in size and estimated temperature out of the thousands of exoplanets discovered by Kepler. The planet is located in its star's habitable zone, a region where it's possible for liquid water to exist. The fascinating exoplanet is slightly larger than Earth, receives 75% of the amount of light we get from our own sun, which could put it in line with Earth temperatures as well. The planet was originally misidentified by a computer algorithm, but a team of scientists found it during a review of Kepler data.
It was misidentified? It looks like a horse. What?
Right? They need better testing for their software.
Oh, wait, the computer screwed up.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Yeah.
change.
Likely story. Just skipping down. Skipping down a little bit, it says, don't pack your bags just yet. The exoplanet may look promising, but it's not necessarily going to be Earth 2.0. The Kepler 1649c is in orbit around a red dwarf, a type of star that NASA said is known for stellar flare-ups that may make a planet's environment challenging for any potential life. The space agency also cautioned that Kepler 1649c's atmosphere is still a mystery, and that the size calculations may be off. Yeah, there's more, but that
seems like we would have better candidates than that by now.
Yeah, I'd hate to go there and all of a sudden there's a flare up right as soon as we show up.
It's like, oh yeah, no water. Should have told you.
Yeah, dang.
Right, it turns out Mars was a better candidate. Yeah.
One more story we have about NASA. The coronavirus pandemic has forced millions of Americans to work from home over the past month and likely into the foreseeable future. Understandably, working remote is easier for some employees than others, as coordinating with colleagues sprawling across a map can prove to be a difficult test of patience and technology. But what do you do when your most prominent team member is on a distant planet millions of miles away? Sometimes I feel like some of my team members are. Zoom. Really far Zoom. That's the challenge facing the team NASA scientists and engineers who are responsible for Curiosity rover that's currently exploring the surface of Mars, roughly 140 million miles from Earth. The Curiosity team typically work from NASA's JPL labs in Southern California, which has been working remotely since California officials issued a stay-at-home order, and all essential workers need to stop the spread of coronavirus in March. The space agency said in a blog post this week. That means the Curiosity team has been forced to adapt to an extraordinary situation in which they have to manage the work of hundreds of people who maintain and control the rover from millions of miles away. That includes writing computer code to program the rover's actions, sequence by sequence, while conducting experiments with materials on Curiosity rover collects on its travels across the red planet. Quote, We're usually all in one room, sharing screens, images, and data. We're just going to start doing that now. It's a new thing you got there, Jack. People are talking in small groups and to each other from across the room, Alicia Alba said. She leads the Curiosity team. And now those workers often have to hold several video conference calls at once while also keeping in touch over messaging apps in order to complete the same tasks they would normally pull off in their shared space. So, it's nice to know that they can work remotely. Kind of concerns me a little bit about security. I mean, I hope they have top security so people can work from home. Like,
I'm sure there's a VPN.
VPN with two-factor and all that stuff at a minimum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, otherwise you could have somebody hack in and start taking control of the Curiosity rover.
I just telnetted into the Mars Curiosity rover.
I'm doing donut. Telnet. You really want to go there.
That's right.
I'm doing donuts. Really slow donuts, but I'm doing donuts. All right,
you would have to have, I imagine, well, maybe you queue up what you want it to do. I bet they got a simulator, and then before they say, hey, tell the rover to go do something. So I was just hoping that they had really good internet. They all obviously have a lot of monitors.
Yeah.
If you look at the picture, they got some killer monitor setups.
But we didn't get a chance to get those pictures in because Craig added that story at the last step. But if you want to find it, you can go into the show notes for episode 597 over at chuckchat.com/Technorama. And we're going to take a real quick short break so we can get a drink of water. And we'll be right back with some more stories and other stuff. So hang on, hang out, hang in there.
Star Trek The Experience's Borg Drone 7 of 16. Because resistance is futile.
I am Keith, and we are the Two Gay Geeks. We are the nerds behind TG Geeks webcast. We'll talk about sci-fi, comics, film, horror, manga. You name it, we talk about it.
We release an episode every Monday morning.
You can find us on iTunes, Blueberry, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio.
Also, look us up on YouTube. And of course,
We can be found at tggeeks.com, where you can find not only our webcast, but articles about other geeks business. So come along for the loudest ride in the potosphere.
if you just say
Go check out our friends Ben and Keith over at tggeeks.com. I had to do that because that's the way they do for us.
Yes.
Now I say go check out whatever they just played the promo for. So they're not here, but they're here in spirit. Maybe we can get them in via whatever this remote technology is at some point as
Yeah,
well.
you guys should. That'd be great.
All right. Craig, I think you have the next one about how long do Lego bricks last?
Yes. All right. So apparently they do last a long time, it looks like. So Lego bricks can survive in the ocean for up to 1,300 years. I don't know how they know that. Let's find out. So
Because they found one from King Arthur's time.
Yeah, it's like carved out of wood.
Right.
There's
It was still
somebody-
stuck in the stone. Yeah.
Somebody stepped on it on the beach.
Oh, I hate that.
What is this? So a team of University of Plymouth examined the extent to which the colorful bricks were worn down by a marine environment by measuring the mass of the individual blocks found along the coastlines of southwest England against the equivalent unused pieces at the age of the bricks obtained from storage. I know they did some carbon dating on that, I'm sure, to make sure. Scientists estimate that the toy could persist for centuries. This research, published in the Journal of Environmental Pollution, reinforces the message that people need to think twice about how they dispose of their household items.
Especially the plastics.
Yeah, be careful of the plastics. Lego is one of the most popular children's toys in history, and part of its appeal has always been its durability, according to one lead study author, Andrew Turner, an associate professor at the University of Plymouth. Just see if you're paying attention. It is
Wait.
specifically what's that?
No. Go on.
Plymouth, Plymouth. You know, data.
Plymouth
It is.
Rock.
It is specifically designed to be played with the handled. What? Handled?
Played with and handled.
Handled. Oh, handled. Just see that you're paying attention. And is so it may be.
Craig, did you find
it
that
may-
binge drinking node yet in your brain?
Yeah. Where was I at? Oh, so it may be especially surprising that despite the potentially being in the sea for decades, it isn't significantly worn down, he said in a statement. However, the full extent of its durability was even a surprise to us.
I know how to get rid of them.
Fire?
Set them out in the sun in Phoenix for one season.
One season.
It-
Be bleached
It
out.
decays everything. Anything that's plastic or cloth or nylon, it just, the sun eats it up. It will crumble.
Yeah. The other day I was out running and I noticed this house has a tarp on it, over part of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And, and they got boards holding it in place. I'm like, I hope they get that roof fixed because those kind of tarps, those plastic tarps,
They don't last.
they don't last long in the sun.
No.
I've got one I just take camping and it like started falling apart just from, just moving it around a little bit.
See, they should have used Legos.
Put Legos on the roof. A Lego roof. I
Well
want a
done,
whole Lego
sir.
house.
Yeah.
It's got space in between it. It's probably got a pretty decent R value.
Yeah. But it does point out you got to be careful of throwing away your plastics like you mentioned a moment ago.
Oh, there's a whole island of floating plastic crap out in the Pacific Ocean.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we, instead of, just like we did with straws, we'll make Legos out of paper products.
I don't think that's going to work.
They make Lego gum, Lego chewing gum for kids,
See?
which, yeah. Which I'm sure that'd be great for the environment too.
I was gonna say that would probably last about 1,200 years.
Everything is awesome for 1,200 years.
Everything is awesome.
Oh, nice tie-in. All right, we got to give a shout out to the chat room. There are people that show up on 9:30 Eastern time on Sunday nights. We have a handful of them tonight. Clinton Alvord, John Miller Jr. I saw Scott Tyler earlier. Do you see anybody, Craig, that I'm missing?
I see Amelia.
Excellent. I don't know why I don't see her. She's my friend too.
Yeah, Clinton Alvord.
Yep, said that.
They're hanging out. JT Shea, Ralph, Wrangler.
Oh, Ralph is there.
Hey,
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Michael King. You lost Ralph?
No, that was his old handle back in the day. Was Lost Ralph.
Oh, I see.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook later, we appreciate it very much. You can check out the podcast as well if you're getting this in audio form. That drops on Wednesday. The other stuff drops wherever we leave it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
towels. It just
Yeah, and it's got a big long shelf life too. It'll be around for about 1,300 years.
Technorama, the podcast that doesn't decay.
Yeah. Technorama, the show that you step on the carpet like Legos.
It'll be around long after the hosts are gone. Let's do, I think it's Jack's turn to do the Remember When.
Sure. Yeah, you gave me the tough to pronounce word. I'll do it.
Amber?
Scientists, yes. Data. Scientists discover smallest.
Smartest.
Sorry, there's a
Yes,
pop.
I'm not the only one.
That's a bit of a twist on the story, isn't it?
Yes, clever girl. Scientists discover smallest ever dinosaur preserved in amber. Someone called Guinness. The world's smallest dinosaur has been found, preserved in Burmese amber from Myanmar.
Cool.
Trapped around 99 million years ago, this delicate skull, tinier than the smallest living bird, belongs to a new species, Oculudentavis congrei.
That's pretty darn good. You did good on that one.
Or eye-tooth bird. Nicknamed the Cretaceous Terror of Insects, which is absolutely my new band name.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Or the name of a pizza place.
In Oculudentavis we trust. Yes, it was Oculudentavis refers to the creature's unusual features, large eyes and loads of teeth, suggesting that despite its size, the bird was a diurnal predator. Animals that become very small have to deal with specific problems like how to fit all sensory organs into a very small head or how to maintain body heat, according to lead study author Jingmai O'Connor. This process called miniaturization commonly occurs in isolated environments. Most famously, islands like the one this 99 million year old Burmese amber is thought to have come from.
Very cool.
Unfortunately, the new specimen consists of only a skull, making it difficult to understand how Oculudentavis is related to other animals.
We got to give him a cuter name.
Yeah.
I don't know. That picture, it looks pretty scary, honestly. Or the thumbnail for the video.
Yeah. The Oculus Rift, Oculudentavis. It's
Hey,
the
can
weirdest.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, a joke. I'd rather hear your joke.
I was just thinking, my wife and I've been sitting in the garage kind of hanging out, in the evenings after I finish work, having a cocktail hour. And I've seen, a lot of robins and stuff like that floating around. Imagine these coming up. I'll be like, no, I'm sitting inside.
Right. That sounds like a sci-fi movie of the week.
Yeah.
Sounds like the one
Oculudentavis.
the one I'll
Speaking
skip
of
on
birds.
Netflix.
Alfred
Yeah.
Hitchcock presents Oculudentavis.
Just rolls right out the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Try fitting that on a movie poster.
This is me. Jurassic Park 5 is Oculudentavis. A paper. I mean, so I'd skip down a little bit. It actually has been it was preserved in amber. So there you go. It is Jurassic Park. But anyway, a paper describing the hummingbird-sized dinosaurs published this week in the journal Nature. And I did skip a little bit. I hope you guys don't
It's
mind.
all
There's a
right.
lot of.
No. Yeah, please skip ahead.
So that's it.
All right.
Very cool. All right, we got to give a
Fascinating.
quick shout out to our patrons real fast because these are the people that bring us this show. They keep the expenses at bay as we go through our hosting transition right now. Thank you, Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen. Thank you for watching as well. Avner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Brian Brown, Chris MC, Dandy Man. I wonder if that's Dandy? Like Dandelion? Dandy Man?
Sure.
We'll go with
Dandy Man.
that. Danny Mortensen, Dean Jensen, Denise Inglis, Gary Lindros, Harold McKinstry, John Clifford, John Noble, Jorger
What?
Schrauen. Yes, that Jorger Schrauen. Christina, Kyle Nishioka, Leon, Mark Kilfoyle, that Mark Kilfoyle, Mike Wills, Night Gig Studios. What kind of a parent would name their kids Studios?
I know.
Saturday
Or
Morning
Night
Media. Same kind of person that names them Saturday. Stephen Wetchy and Steve Therian, thank you all to you. If you want to be on that list and get your postcard from the cruise and all that other good stuff, you can. Oh, and the extra content. That's right. We have extra content coming for you too. Go over to patreon.com/Technorama podcast. It's right there in the URL Donna's got on the bottom of the screen, right on time. Yay! I heard
Oh.
her.
There you go.
You hear the cameo.
I
Yeah.
hear. There she is. She hasn't been on the show in a while.
I thought that was Chuck again.
My cat learned to talk.
She came in to pronounce the name of that dinosaur better than I did.
Oculodentitis.
Oculid. Yes.
Oh, hey, princess.
Here.
She can't hear us, but it's okay. I like the ribbon in her hair.
Look on the screen.
Hey.
Craig is waving.
Hey there. Whatever.
Weirdos.
She's fascinated by the dice. I should not have left the dice out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
We got those two. All right. We have a new segment. We've added something to the show for the first time in like 10 years, Craig.
Yeah. I know.
We have this new segment called Hand Me the Remote.
Yeah. We're
So I
expanding the
found
budget
this-
here.
Nice little clip, which I might have used for the news, but it sounded kind of like a movie thing too. All right, you know how long you have. That's the worst part about doing a podcast is finding the music and the clips to go with it. Any video production that you want to put music to, just plan on hours of just searching through stuff, going nope,
I know.
nope. Okay, I wanted to start this because we've sort of snuck this in over time with the shows we watch and movies we watch. So I'd like to showcase something we just finished, or maybe we started and didn't finish. Just a little quick review. So this week, I want to talk about Carnival Row, which Donna and I finished. I give it, I'll be right up front with my score, 8 out of 10. Very good show.
Okay.
I'll read you the clip from, I think this is from IMDb or Amazon or something. A growing population of mythological immigrant creatures struggles to coexist with humans after creatures' exotic homelands are invaded by the empires of man. It's kind of got a steampunk feel to it. It's kind of like that 18th century London or 19th century London feel to it. The creatures are forbidden to live, love, or fly with freedom, but hope lives in darkness. Human
They
detective
sound like Jedis.
Rycroft
Sorry.
Philophilostrate and a refugee fairy, Vignette Stonemoss, rekindle a dangerous affair despite being in an increasingly intolerant society. Vignette has a secret that endangers Philo's world during his most important case yet, a string of gruesome murders threatening the uneasy peace of the Row. So Orlando Bloom is the primary character. He's Philo. Very good. There's also some other recognizable characters. I don't remember the actor's name. He played King George on The Crown. There are Alice Krige plays, I think I mentioned this in one of the previous shows. She does an awesome job. I like her
Oh,
character.
right.
And,
Borg Queen, right?
Borg Queen,
right.
yes. Oh, I mentioned that on the topic is Trek. That's right. Yes, she did the Borg Queen. She was a little hard to pick out at first, but as soon as I saw her talk, it wasn't even so much because she's heavily makeup, but as soon as that's got to be her. It was.
Yeah.
So I like the show. We're looking forward to hope there's a season 2. They ended it as if there would be a season 2. They're taking it in a wonderful direction. Lots of good twists. Not predictable, which I like. So good characters, good storyline. I give it an 8 out of 10.
So this is an Amazon Prime.
Amazon
show.
Prime, yes, thank you.
Okay, so you got that baked in. If you have Amazon Prime, you can go watch it without any extra cost.
Righto. So,
Hey, Jack, what have you been watching lately? You got anything to highlight?
Yeah, actually, I'll just go with the last thing that Tiffany and I finished, the Watchmen TV series on HBO. And I know I hear the same story from everyone who's watched it. I loved the graphic novel. We even covered that in the old days on Deadpan. I love that's one of my favorite graphic novels of all time.
how about the movie?
And yeah, you know what? I don't dislike the movie. I don't like that
dislike
they
it either.
changed the end.
Yep.
I don't like that they changed the ending, but otherwise I thought it was very, very well done.
I love the movie. I mean, I know it's a little bit different, but from the graphic novel, I love it both actually. But yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, Zack Snyder got so many details just right about the character. So he gets a pass. Absolutely. I just wish they had stuck with the ending from the comic, because that's just, and they do on the Watchmen TV show. And that's not really a spoiler. The TV show is actually a sequel to the book, and I don't want to say it doesn't acknowledge the movie, but I guess it really doesn't. It's not a sequel to that. And I was very hesitant, because I kind of felt like, I know that Alan Moore, he did not approve of it, but I thought it was just really brilliant. I wasn't really thinking about a number rating, but I would say 9 out of 10. It was really just brilliant. Very smart. Damon Lindelof, the guy from Lost and The Leftovers,
Right.
is just really intelligent, really great stuff. I would say that it ended with a cliffhanger, but a cliffhanger that kind of works as an ending. So I actually hope that they don't make any more seasons. I think it's really great as it is.
Yeah, and I think they actually are not making any more. It was a one-off.
Doesn't that drive you nuts when somebody tries to force in a second season or a sequel movie, and it just, it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Somebody's just making a money grab. And
well, I've heard a lot of good things about the Watchmen. Just basically what you said. It was very well done. So that's on my list to go check out.
Yeah, highly recommended. Great acting, great stories, great writing. Go check it out. It does help to know the original story and to have read, or at least seen the movie. But even without it, Tiffany couldn't remember the details of it that well, and she really enjoyed the show too. So even without it, so there you go. That's my answer.
Very good.
All right.
Very good. We have one more for the media corner, Craig. I think this one ought to be yours.
Welcome to Blockhead Video. Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things? Over here, in the media corner.
Every time I hear that stupid bell, it takes me all the way back to Blockbuster. They must have bought 1 million of those things, those door ringers. I thought this was kind of fun. I watched most of it. If you're a fan of the show Chuck, they had a quote unquote reunion, via Zoom or whatever they were using. And they did a table read for one of the episodes in season 3. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
It wasn't like a new story. They were redoing one of the old stories.
They were redoing one of those stories.
Okay.
And they had, I forget what episode. Oh, episode 309. And they had, Dietrich Bader was also in there because he was on the episode, and I'm trying to remember who else was in there and not on part of the original cast. And they kept going. I kept seeing this guy on the top, and I was like, "Who is he?" And I don't know that guy. And then Zachary Levi pointed him out as he was he won some contest. He contributed something and won, so he was able to sit in on the call, which I thought was kind of neat. Anyway, but all the main characters were there, and they were all doing it. Even Jeffster, all worked. So it's a little long, but it's fun. It's fun to see.
We'll have to look for that. We've got a link for that in the show notes as well. Which
directly to the YouTube video. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not going to play the YouTube video for you here.
No,
trouble.
I was just saying it's a direct link to the YouTube
Gotcha.
video.
We have a question of the week for you this week. It goes like this. You're tired of the human race, so you decide to help an advanced alien civilization destroy the Earth. What tips would you give them?
Take away their toilet paper.
I give you the codes to the Earth defense shields.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Jack again. I was waiting to hear him laughing at my joke.
You don't have any defense shields.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. And Craig's back in the letterbox.
Yeah.
All righty. We're going to leave on that.
Yeah.
That's good job, Donna. Looks like it's the Ferengi on the screen.
Ferengi.
Craig
Oh.
got to back up about 10 feet because that
Hey,
takes us
I've
to
got a Kickstarter for you.
kickstart this show. Thank you for joining us. Apologize if you're watching live or watching on YouTube about the disconnection issues. We have some internet things going on, like most times, but really appreciate Jack hanging out with us. And you can get in touch with us on the listener line at 707-530-2428. We'd love to hear from you. You're not going anywhere. You still got your phone. Give us a call. We'd also like to hear from you on our email, technorama@chuckchat.com. All that information and more is available over on our site at chuckchat.com. Click the Technorama link. And as always, wish you all the best. Stay clean, wash your hands, social distancing, all that stuff. So, Craig, give us a binary high five.
All right. 101. See you, everybody.
Bye.
Live long and prosper. See you. I'm sorry we lost Jack.
And video streaming is down? Well, we didn't say thank you to our listeners, though. Oh, video stream is still up. No,
Oh, it's still up. Thank you.
its recording is still up. The live stream is gone, but the recording will get on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube people. You get bonus content that the Facebook people don't. There's a reason. Thank you very much for watching, and we are going to record our Patreon show. Apologies once again for the technical issues, but things like that happen. So this is a test. We'll have to see how it goes in the future. Maybe we can use Zoom. That seemed a little easier to set up and a little. All right. Until then, take care. We wish you all the best. Thanks, Donna.
Bye.